Welcome back. Something of a warning tonight as U.S. tariffs and a slow economy threaten to sink this country into a recession. That's the finding of a new economic outlook released today by Deloitte. And we're pleased to be joined by Desjardins, Chief Economist at Deloitte Canada. Ms. Desjardins, you're making headlines today. You're, you're seeing a slowdown already?
We are. In fact, we even have some data today which showed Canada's economy weakened throughout the course of the first quarter. And we think that that momentum, that downside momentum, is going to persist as we go through the next couple of quarters. The indicators we're looking at that kind of signal this are really at this stage a lot that are sentiment indicators, whether it's what we're hearing from businesses. They're not in the mood to invest right now and are not necessarily going to be hiring a lot of people as they try to figure out where the demand for their goods is going to land. And we've seen the same in consumers. Of course, they're naturally worried about their job security. They're worried about their financial health, given all the volatility in financial markets. And they too have said, well, probably going to sit back at this stage before putting money to work. And these two factors, combined with a very soft trade sector, will likely see our economy contract.
So you're talking recession?
We're talking a mild recession. I mean, I have to say, when I look at the impact that we expect to see on the labor market, it does show some job losses, but not significant amount in the sense that we would say the economy is in a downward spiral.
Okay.
We do think that we will get our feet back under us, but it's going to take quite a few months until we really understand what our trade relationship with the U.S. is going to look like.
So this is industry and individuals sort of nervously, parking their money in their mattresses?
Seems like it, yes. They are. You know, we have heard that Canadians are actually increasing their savings, and Canadian household savings rates were already high. So it's all to say, when we're all nervous about how are we going to see this situation resolve itself. Now, our baseline forecast is that Canada will maintain its position of having our exports that are compliant with our trade agreement with the U.S. They're going to actually have maintain zero tariffs. So that's the really good news. But we also have to think about where we're selling to. And on that score, the U.S. economy is also weakening. This is not helping them at this stage, causing lots of uncertainty for both businesses and consumers in the U.S. as well. So yes, we may get a bit of a pass on some of our exports to the U.S., but it's still going to be into a slowing economy south of the border.
The new Prime Minister, Mr. Carney, has talked a lot about productivity, investing, spending on infrastructure, large projects. Could that help ease some of this?
Absolutely. You know, when we think about what the government may do in the immediate term, it can be more geared towards, you know, what can we do to mitigate the impact of some industries that are going to really feel the pain from these tariffs, and to help workers associated with those industries. And over time, I mean, certainly we have been talking about Canada's productivity issue for a long time, but it's really hit the front pages, if you will, recently. So we're looking for the government to look at ways to help Canada broaden our reach to other markets, so infrastructure spending, to eliminate interprovincial trade barriers, which could also help lift our productivity. Any of these measures, I think, are going to be really helpful. So we'll have to wait till we get the budget to see what we get.
Is the picture any different when you look at Atlantic Canada?
Well, like all other areas of the economy, we're going to see slower growth in 2025. And when we look at the provinces that are most exposed to U.S. trade, like New Brunswick, that is a province where we do anticipate we're going to see underperformance compared to the national average. Newfoundland and Labrador, well, less exposed to the U.S. So we have them outperforming of the four provinces in the Maritimes. So overall, I would say Yeah, it's going to be tough sledding across the piece in provinces that are, more directly related to the U.S. in terms of trade. And of course, China has put tariffs on seafood as well. So that's also another impediment to growth.
Yeah. Well, there's lots for us to consider in this, Dawn Desjardins, and I know there's a glimmer of optimism there, so we'll hang on tight to that. Thank you for your time this evening. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We'll take a break. We've got lots more of your show after this. Stay with us.